got on that, brother. I mean, you got any questions about how things operate or anything like that?
Nah, man, I'm good. I'm just ready to dive in, like Trey
No.
Songz said.
No, ooh, man, not Trey. Trigger. All right, so.
Whoa!
Hey, Jay Jones, that's your dog too.
That's my dog.
I forgot. That's his dog. I don't even rock with Trey Songz like that, though.
I already know. I don't even like him like that.
Yeah, but Jay Jones used to ride for him. Like we used to.
I already know.
Look at his face.
I already know.
Wait, pause.
Whoa.
Pause. You did though. You know all his albums and everything. Like you really
100.
You really.
I'm glad you know that. That means you know me.
Right?
That means you know me.
Bro, it's like crazy because Trey Songz really to me like.
Let's get on the next subject because you about to go ahead and this is not even gonna be a podcast. My screen gonna go black. You keep talking down.
All right, bro. So welcome back to the podcast. It's your boy K Sloan, my boy Jay Jones. Man, we got another one. Brother. And we got two very special guests, man. Two very special guests. Let them introduce themselves. We'll go with our familiar face, and then we'll go with the brand new face. So let them take it from here.
DeMarcus.
DeMarcus, just somebody that's trying to get $1 and I got 2 cents.
Why you only got 2 cents though? Why you only got 2 cents?
I'm broke. What you mean? Like we have to go to my financial responsibilities and
right.
my landscape.
You right, brother. You right.
Broke. Okay.
I'm not gonna count your pockets.
Okay.
Did y'all see the video I sent y'all earlier?
You say what?
Little kid, he said, I got $1. I got
Always reading the word problem.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jason has like $1.14. What is Jason? Yeah. Jason broke.
Jason broke. The laugh is what did it for me though.
Yeah, she was like
laugh at the end.
Wrong person.
Yeah, right.
I ain't seen that one yet. I need to go check that one out.
Yeah, it's a little kid.
Is that on TikTok or something?
DeMarcus said, yeah, it's on Facebook, Instagram,
social media outlets.
I need to tap in. But Chris, you want to introduce the people to yourself?
Name is Chris, obviously. Just excited to be on here. Excited to hear what knowledge is going to be shared, and just to share a little bit of my own knowledge. I'm young, 28, so a lot of people may feel like I haven't, experienced a lot, but for 28, I've experienced a lot. So it's a lot of topics, a lot of things that I can, shed light on, help somebody, encourage somebody. So I'm just excited to be on. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh, man, we appreciate that, man. We appreciate that. And Jay Jones, you want to share something with the people that, they may not have known about you?
I'm Jerell Jones. I'm a depressed Cowboy fan. I'm just playing. The Bears 3-0, by the way. Just shout out to Sloan.
That way.
Nah, man. Y'all see me every week, every other week, however many times we do it. But hey, I'm just out here still shedding lights, trying to be great. I want to be a business owner soon, so that's what I've been working on lately. So.
Yes, sir. Same, likewise. And I've been thinking the same thing. Entrepreneurship has really been on my spirit a lot lately, just because of the times that we are in. I think it's in our best interest to be on that wave as men of color at this time. In my personal opinion, that's what I want for myself and for every brother I know. So I think and we spoke on that last time. So that's been something heavy on my spirit, which is segueing into what Jay Jones, he got for the people. So let's go ahead.
So we're gonna start let's start off talking about starting a business or entrepreneurship. Just maybe ideas that you haven't thought about, ways to do it. I mean, DeMarcus, even though he act crazy all the time, this man got the knowledge. He got the blueprint down there. So I'm gonna let DeMarcus speak on DeMarcus. The process. We always talk about process. You started the business. You had your name and everything. So give a little bit of the blueprint.
Just Starting a business is not as hard as the average person would think. Uh, the success of a business is, but to start a business, it literally starts inside your head, and then you got to make it become real. So to make it become real, doing the work as far as making it legal, getting proper documentation, advertising, trying to make a profit. Uh, that process is, well, trying to make a profit is probably the hardest one, but actually starting a business is not that hard. Just pay a little money, talk to the Secretary of State, get some legal paperwork behind you. Like it's really not that hard. When you hear people say you just got to do it, once you start doing it, it falls like dominoes. Like that part is not hard, but I think where a lot of people fail or trip up is you have to be relentless.
Mm.
You have to have faith. So the faith, me and Jerell is my brother, but we talk about it all the time, enjoying the process. But I also put that in 2 words: discipline and consistency. Together, you can pretty much achieve anything you want to. That's my 2 bits about that. Without going into, real deep about starting a business, that'd be a whole nother podcast. But to make the dream real, be relentless, have faith, discipline, and consistency. You don't have to know everything. They pay other people for that. You'll get to the point where you pay people for that. But just be relentless. Find out where you want to go. Cut a groove in the road. Make your own lane. Stay there.
That's crazy because that's something that's something I heard a lot. I hear that a lot. Talking about the discipline, the consistency, and then you also say all you have to do is have the idea. If you have that idea and you just pretty much bring that to life, is pretty much what I got from what you said. Then you can have that and make that happen. I think you're right, bro. Like it's like sometimes I see a lot of cats that start businesses, and personally I haven't yet officially with the paperwork and things of that nature. And I think that's something that I'm trying to I guess get over that fear, because it is a fear. It's it's an irrational belief that I don't really know the ins and outs of business because I've never really dealt with business. And yeah, I think it's just something I got to get over, and I just got to just do it. Just go get the paperwork done, just go to the Secretary of State, get my tax stuff finished, just do it, because I see a lot of cats doing it that I'm like, man, like they didn't even really have anything like a month ago, and now they got this thing rolling. And I know for me as a budding, I guess in my mind, entrepreneur, that's something that I'm like, man, like I need to just get this done. And I've been trying to, get up off the porch, so to speak. So I appreciate you giving that, brother, for real.
And another 2 cents. Remember I told you I got 2 cents. I got 2 cents for all night. We're gonna have 2 cents all night. But, I think I've said this before in the podcast. If I haven't, I'm gonna say it again. Fear keeps you from greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Fear keeps you from greatness. Even in like the most common analogy, a kid that's asleep and scared of the boogeyman in the club, turn the light on, ain't no boogeyman. Fear keeps you from greatness. So don't let your fear hold you back.
Yeah, and I think for me, like when I think about it too, and I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and hog the mic, but when I think about it too, it's like kind of coming up, I always had a dream of having a nonprofit where I just gave stuff away. And I think that's something that I fought against. And Jay Jones, like early, when I first met Jerell, like I always used to tell him like about the stuff that we could do or stuff. I used to tell him like how I admired how him and Jerome doing the deal with the Fearless Foundation and things like that. Yeah, you got it right.
Shut up.
And I'd be like, man, I just want to give stuff away. Like, I don't want to be the type of guy that's after money, after money, after money. But I feel like you have to be okay with being reciprocated for your services. And I think that's something that I've had to come to terms with as a man, because you got to provide, and I had to kind of switch my mindset behind, like, you're not gypping these people. You're not taking money from them because you provide a service of quality. So you shouldn't feel guilty about taking the money or asking how much or asking for a price. So I think that's something that's a paradigm I've had to shift for myself. Like, it's like, get off that, bro. Like, this is a capitalistic economy, bro. Like, this is a sharing economy. Like, understand how this works. So that's something I that's why I love hearing people that are doing it talk about it, you know, and I love that it's like, you know, y'all motivate me to be able to just like be like, okay, I'm gonna go do this. So appreciate that.
Chris, I mean, you ready to start something too. So what you thinking about starting a business? What's your ideas, fears, you know, talk about?
I think, I mean, just for starters, and I know, you know, our last meeting that we had when we were at Starbucks, me, you, and DeMarcus, and one thing that I pinpointed out was like, I to piggyback off of what DeMarcus was saying about just having an idea in your head, like that's good. Like it's great to have the idea. It's great to have the layout, blueprint, the plan for everything you want to do, because that's important. Because if you don't have that, then I mean you just wandering around, you know, without a vision. But one thing that's important, that I find, that keeps me motivated is I make the analogy of like how you have like a glass and you pour water in the glass.
Speak your truth.
So you so all these ideas in your head flowing around, and it's just like, okay, I can do this, I can do that, I can put this here, I can put this, that. And then you just overflowing with ideas. Only bad thing with that, the analogy with the glass. So you have a glass, you're pouring water in the glass gets all the way to the top. You got a full glass of water, right? Let's say you keep pouring. You got the glass sitting on the counter, you keep pouring. Well, water is going into the glass, that's good. And it's overflowing, which means you have more than enough. Mm-hmm. However, what are you doing with the water that's coming out of the glass? That's wasted water. You can't drink that. You can't do anything. Only thing you can do is mop it up, clean it up, wipe it up with a paper towel. And it's useless.
It's a waste.
Same thing with your ideas. You can have all these ideas flowing out of your head and you just, oh man, I can do this. I know I can do that. But if you're not putting any action with it, if you're not manifesting it, if you're not, you know, putting, you know, faith with those works, it's just wasted. Some of those ideas are just wasted. You overflowing and you got stuff in your head, but the stuff that's overflowing, now it's just spilled over and it's useless. Right. So what I always try to like think is that when you get ideas, try your best to act immediately. Don't procrastinate. Don't wait. There's a saying that I saw on social media, and I'm not quoting verbatim, but it was basically saying that, you know, you as a person, you say, well, I want to wait until, you know, all my ducks are in a row. But there are people that don't have all their ducks in a row. They don't have half the talent you have. They don't have half the ideas you have. They don't have half the faith you have. And they making moves. So while you're sitting still saying, well, I'm going to wait until it's right, you know, the right time, or I'm going to wait until I got, no, do it. Because if you don't, somebody else will. And I'm a witness of that. And I had just told my wife the other day, I was like, it was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And I had this idea of, because I'm a musician. So I had this idea of having just this space, this building that has any kind of music equipment you can think of. If you play an instrument, it's there. If you sing, it's there. If you produce, if you record, it's there. And just renting that space out to people that want to do music. Never acted on it. I always talked about it. I was just like, man, that would be cool if I could do this. I never went and looked at a building. I didn't try to, you know, link up with anybody or anything like that. And probably about a month ago, I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw a guy that was in North Carolina that has a space, and it's called the Spot. And that's literally what I was going to call the building. I was going to call it the Spot. And he has a space in North Carolina called the Spot. And you can go in there, you can record, you can sing, you can play. If you just want to, you and your band want to come and just shed and practice or whatever, you can do that. You rent that space from him. So I say all that to say, to piggyback, like I said, off what Marcus was saying, act on your ideas, act on your vision. Because if you don't, as quick as you got it, that's as fast as that it can be taken away from you.
Mm-hmm.
That goes for visions, talents, anything. Don't take anything for granted, especially now. There's so many opportunities now for you to manifest the ideas and visions that you have. Until if you don't, somebody is waiting. Like there's somebody that is just as hungry or more hungry than you are to do what you are procrastinating to do.
Yeah.
You keep waiting and saying, well, he can do this, but I can't, well, he can do that. I can't do that as good as him. Well, you're not him. You do what you do good. Because somebody is looking for you to do what you do.
Yeah.
So basically, you poured a drink for somebody, and you still thirsty.
You crazy.
What?
Yes. Because what you just said made no type of sense.
I'm like, wait, did anybody else get that? Or
What?
His own analogy. His analogy.
I'm just down there with a whoop.
Somebody took the drink.
He's on a totally different podcast right now.
He's on the table.
Totally different one. But
No.
I feel you though, Chris. I feel you because like, man, like when you talking, bro, it's like I think about like, yes, like those opportunities you gotta go and like make progress on them. Once you have an idea, like you saying, act now. It's like I was thinking about this quote. I was looking at because my Heat in the finals now. All right, my Heat in the finals.
Lakers in the finals.
I was gonna say that's tough, bro. It's tough.
All that's irrelevant. My Heat in the finals. Jimmy B, he out there balling, and then the young cat. I gotta remember his name because I always mess it up, man.
Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero or Duncan Robinson.
All right, so
Duncan Robinson.
He got a quote on his IG because I was looking at his IG. He got a quote on his IG. His IG said, "Slow motion is better than no motion." And that's something that I really kind of like when I read it, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I need to be on, because I think sometimes we have our personal lives that already are going, and we have these business ideas. Sometimes you'll put your ideas behind your W-2, you know what I'm saying? Behind your daily, I gotta go grind and go get this. I gotta pay the bills, but it's like, bro, I need to shift my paradigm to where I'm putting that first. I mean, like, I have to invest in my child, which is my ideas, and I got to push that first and then take care of everything else later. And it's not that I can't do both, but like you said, I have to act. Like, and I think that's what a lot of people need to know, because I'm not the only one that thinks like that, I'm sure. It's like if you got an idea, everybody got ideas. Like everybody comes up with these great ideas. They sit in circles, and like I sit with so many different people that want to do all these things, but they have nothing to show for what they're saying they want to do. Like they have no type of data to back up what they say they want. And then they, when those ideas show up on, on Pinterest or Amazon, and they're like, oh man, they took my idea. It's like, didn't nobody know you even had that idea? Like that man was working.
That was an idea. It was everybody's idea.
Exactly.
It was a thought.
It was a thought. And you touched it for a little bit, and then he went and grabbed it and he put his hands to work. He put his hands to work, and he made that thing come out, and he made that child materialize in his world. And that's something that I think when we talk about this business talk, sometimes I even feel uncomfortable talking about business because I haven't acted on my ideas like I should. And it's like that guilt come over me, you know what I'm saying? That's why I continue to force myself into these types of conversations until I make this thing really manifest. And that's why
that's good though. That's good that you get that conviction, because if you don't, then that means you're not serious about what you're trying to do. Mm-hmm. If you can talk about this and it not bother you that you're not acting on what you're telling other people to act on, then you're not serious about what you're doing.
Yeah.
So I think what you're saying, and like I think that's good, that it should bother you. It bothers me, just sitting here talking now, and I'm just like, it's so much that I should be doing, not could. I should be doing that I'm not, but it's all, like you said, it's all about want to, it's all about faith and sacrifice. Sometimes, man, you gotta sacrifice. Kobe was one of the greats, and he sacrificed. And he got on TV and said, he was like, I had to ask my wife to sacrifice time because I had to be in the gym this many hours. I had to be doing this many hours. I had to be traveling. I had to be doing this. But if the relationship or whatever is real, then at that point, it doesn't become a sacrifice because that person understands what you're trying to accomplish. At that point, it becomes support.
Yeah.
Now they're supporting you. So I think that's good, that conviction part, because if it's not bothering you that you're not, that you're not getting it done, then you really don't want to get it done as bad as you say you do.
That's a big fact.
And I wanted to say something. Y'all all got long winded. No, just playing. But no, I just think, even talking about Kobe, but there's a lot of things I hear. Like, I hear people say they want to start a business, but they ain't got the work. They don't want to grind. And I heard somebody the other day say some people have grind and some people have grind tendencies. So it's like some people wake up, say, I'm going to wake up at 4:30 in the morning every day, and they do it. Some people set their alarm to wake up at 4:30 in the morning, and they snooze it. So they got the grind tendency. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. But they never really get the job done. So if you really, really want to start a business, I'm telling you, that first year, the months, that startup, it's gonna be a grind. So if you really want it, you're gonna figure some stuff out. You're gonna figure out how to do it.
You know what?
If you got that,
go ahead.
I was just saying, if you got that tendency, it's gonna beat you. You know what I'm saying? If you're not really grinding, it's gonna get you. It's gonna beat your behind. So
that's also being perplexed by fear too. Fear keeps some people in that grind tendency. It's just like procrastination. Like some people are just so fearful. Like if I put all this money and lose it, then what am I gonna do? That's the fear that will never come to fruition because you'll never push it out there anyway. So
right. And they don't understand failure make you stronger. Failure gonna make you grind harder. When you fail, it's gonna be like, well, now I got the groundwork. I know exactly what I did wrong, and watch this. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents.
Man, I want y'all to touch on the family business a little bit if we can. Can we do that? Can we get a little background on what y'all got going with the? Can we release that? Can we unveil that a little bit? I done heard a little bit about it, but I just want to, I think it's amazing that 2 things. I think number one, it's amazing that y'all are actually trying to execute. Y'all have a strategy in place, and the second thing is that y'all feel that there's a value within creating business with family. I think that those 2 things right there are a recipe for extreme success because you working with people that you don't know what could come of those situations. When you work with family, then it could be a little more of a promise of longevity. But I see DeMarcus like he wants to say something. So go ahead and add to what we talk about here.
Certain family. There
you go. There you go.
For real. But touch on that, man. I want to know how this all going.
DeMarcus and I, we've been talking since I was in Montana. I call him every week. I was saying and this is before Corona. This is what's crazy about it. But I was like, man, I want to get some box trucks, and I want to, be in this delivery game or whatever.
Logistics.
I
was saying logistics.
Yeah, so this before Corona, this before this boom, this new norm happened. So now we at it. We got a cousin that's in auctions, owns a car lot that we're looking for box trucks, and we're trying to get them as soon as we can, and we're trying to put the rubber on the ground like DeMarcus said. We're trying to get out there because right now, DeMarcus was playing around with putting, I have a box truck on Indeed, and phone blown. He hit me up like, bro, we got 20 jobs if we have a truck like that. So, he, like I said, he started business before, so he know how to do the paperwork. He sent me stuff sometimes, and I'm like,
I don't know what that is.
Hey, just sign it. Just sign it.
The other day, he sent me something. I say, how much money we owe? He said, brother, that's not even.
It's a form.
He said, I was just doing it.
What's the bill? What is the bill? What's the total?
DeMarcus, we've been talking about it. So
I didn't know it when I first started either. When I first started the repo business, man, I just knew how to repo cars. Like I didn't really know how to get a business started. Then when it's like, okay, what's the first thing I need to do? And you go here and you get to a clerk and they're like, have you done this yet? I'm like, no. Well, you gotta do this and this first before you get to this process. Like, okay, go do that, get that. So you don't have to have all the knowledge. You don't have to know, you're gonna run into people, God gonna put people in your path. Just like, okay, you need to do this and this first. So not to more to encourage, not to discourage anybody. Like, if you're at a spot to where you're like, I don't know what to do, start. Just do. I guarantee you'll be like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. So, and do not be deterred by possible failure, because it's not really true failure. Like, failure does not really knock you down or don't kill you. All it do is teach you. And once you learn the lesson, once you learn how to jump rope, it don't matter how many times you hit your ankles, turn the ropes. Like, once you got it, you got it.
And I was listening to Gary V talk one time about failure in business, and he was saying, like, I don't care about taking losses. He was like, I'll lose 100 times as long as I don't swan dive the business. We're gonna be all right. He's like, as long as I don't put us out of business, he's like, I'll make any mistake and lose any amount of money on something I believe in. And I think that's kind of something I think about when you say that. And then also I always hear about the relationships that are built that actually help your business more than anything else. Jay Jones, obviously with DeMarcus being your brother, like, he has understanding of the business sense that helps you in regards to moving forward in business, and you guys are working together. And I know that it's just the relationships are huge with the business. Like, it seems like it's almost like paramount. Like, you have to work with other people and get some education and combine experiences and be able to be fruitful off of that. So
you got to put the best team you can put together. I read a book the other day saying your business is as strong as your team. I mean, like Chris was saying, if I don't know how to do this, but DeMarcus does, and then I know how to do this, and he know how to do this, and I mean, our other business we was talking about was a food truck. DeMarcus and I don't cook. We don't cook.
That man down there.
But that man down there,
he be whipping.
Him and my sister, bro. What you could just say, I want this, and then they'd be like, I don't even know how I made it. I just seasoned it. I'm like, what you put in it though? Oh, I just did it, and it tastes like heaven. It's like, so it's like they, it's the team you have. It's always the team. Even in like Sloan, like in coaching. I mean, everybody has their own expertise. I never coached a running back, but look, when I coached running backs at that camp, what I do? Call you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You gave me the blueprint. I look like a running backs coach.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just learn. You learn from, like DeMarcus said, God to put people on your path and ask. Don't be afraid to ask questions. No question is stupid. Some questions are stupid, but most questions ain't stupid.
I think it almost gets to a point though now, you even have another great aid in the Google platform. I mean, you can Google literally anything now. So when you bring that in combination with the people in your life, then I mean, there's no reason not to be able to do something because of a lack of knowledge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it's more so behind you just not wanting to go seek out that knowledge, because there's a ton of platforms. Even like what we're doing here, like somebody want to start a small business, you getting free game right now at this moment, tapping in. So it's like there's a lot of different ways that you can get that knowledge. You just got to be willing to go seek it out. So
seek it out, man.
I think like being prepared as well. Like, prepare yourself, because even with like the ideas that you have, you got big faith, big ideas, you just everything. All right, I got everything laid out. I know what I want to do. You're trying to execute. But if you don't prepare yourself, obviously some things are unexpected, but things that you can prepare for, prepare. I don't care how small it is, how little it is, prepare for it, because something that small, that minute, can tear down your whole vision.
Oh yeah.
All because you didn't prepare. And I can attest to that because, and I didn't tell y'all this, DeMarcus and Jerell, but I just had a pro workout this past weekend for basketball. And I got out there and I was talking to them about it, and I was like, I'm just a little nervous. I'm fearful because other opportunities didn't work out, and this and this and this. And they were just encouraging me. And all that encouragement was good. All of the, the confidence that they have in me and what I do is good. But what I learned this weekend, I learned two things. One, always be prepared, no matter what. Always be prepared. Second thing is sacrifice. if you want to be, every great person has sacrificed something, whether it's small or whether it's huge, but you have to sacrifice. I went to the workout and I already know what I can do. I know what I'm good at. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. However, what I did not prepare for, I was not in shape. I got out there and I'm thinking I have the skill to compete with anybody that's out here.
Yeah.
But you may have the skill, and this is just in sports. You may have the skill, but if you're not conditioned, if you're not prepared, you're not conditioned, and you're not in shape, you don't get to present any of that skill to anybody because you're not in shape to present it to them.
Right.
And that's what I learned. And I got out there and I fell on my butt. And I'm just like, I was tired, I was winded, and I got out there and I was just like, I got to get in shape. Got to get in shape. So that even goes with the business side of things. You got to be prepared for anything, for battle. You know, it's you got to be prepared, and you got to make sure that you are bringing all of the tools and the weapons and everything that you need to the table to be able to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody's going to give you anything. It's not going to be handed to you. It's not. You have to work for it. And quite frankly, the stuff that you work for, the stuff that you sacrifice for, the stuff that you put in the long hours, the long nights, the early mornings, you appreciate it more. Because nobody can tell you anything about what you worked that hard for.
Right. And then eventually you become like the sick type of addict to it. You know what I mean? The grind.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
And it starts
it's second nature.
Yeah, it starts to trickle over in other areas of your life. But you know, no doubt, bro. I believe in that 100%, 100. That like, cause when you say that about the conditioning, that was something I prided myself on when I was an athlete. Was the fact that I knew I could outlast everybody. I mean, I knew my skill was solid, but I could definitely outlast you because I knew what I did in my workouts. My workouts were insane. They just know we did some crazy stuff, man. It just.
Hey, Jay Jones got a headache right now. Just thinking about it.
Bro, we were talking about it before we got on the podcast how we used to jump the fence, and this is not even athlete days. This is just coaching. We used to jump the fence and go run wind sprints. We'll run like 15, 20 wind sprints and just go home. It'd be like 11 p.m. like after work.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
then we talking about let's do
why I didn't go
miles. We run around the track. I don't know.
Hold up, wait a minute. DeMarcus, did you just drop a chat?
He did. That's why he was sitting up there looking like that. I was trying to figure out why he was just staring in the space like that. I was
is that gonna pop up? Is that gonna pop up on the reel?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh!
I was trying to be incognito about it.
That's why I said what you said.
Bro, I gotta open it. Like I gotta I can't
don't open it.
I'm not gonna
don't do it. Don't.
No, it was actually it was a good.
No, yeah. I read it when it popped up.
It says I'm gonna look at it. I gotta look at it.
Look at it.
I do that right.
Respect the works and plan for greatness. Absolutely. I agree 100%. Just next time, DeMarcus, you can join the conversation.
You can say that.
You can just say that. You actually can just say it.
Actually,
hey.
What Chris said. So I was like, yeah, you expect the worst, plan for greatness. Like,
yeah,
be great, but on their way, just like expect the worst that can happen. Like when me and Jerell talk about some of our business ideas, it's like, okay, we want to get these trucks, we want to get them moving. When we get to the second week, all the tires blow out. What we gonna do? Like you gotta write down all the worst too, so that when they hit you, you're not perplexed and frozen and lose everything. Same thing like what Chris was saying. Like you don't want to get there, be out of condition, and then now you lose the opportunity. So you gotta plan. I mean, you gotta expect that. Expect what can happen negatively that I can eliminate by planning for.
Right.
Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law.
I don't know who Murphy is, but
you don't know what Murphy's Law is?
Oh, I thought you were talking about like I knew a cat name. Go ahead.
Continue.
What can go wrong will go wrong, people. Jay Jones, what we got though?
We're going to DeMarcus. I'm switching the whole topic.
Yes, you have to.
We're gonna talk about because that was business. We're gonna talk about a little health.
Yeah.
Our eating habits. How we know that this is our temple, and we know, that we feeding it poison when we stop at McDonald's and KFC and Popeyes, which I'm not knocking because I do it, but but it's like we have the knowledge. We have the knowledge that we know exactly what we're doing to our bodies, so it just wanted to get,
A lot of people don't know what they're doing. Man.
Okay, well, yeah, even some people don't know, but hopefully you have an idea. If you don't, maybe we can give you some game, but just how you can switch up your diet, just a better quality of life, not just physically. Like this can help you mentally and everything. Like I was talking to my homegirl the other day about high school football and how I played for a good team. We went 14-1 or whatever. But before the game we had
It's nothing.
yeah. Okay.
Almost like champions or whatever. Yeah,
right. Yeah. That's why I said or whatever. But
whatever,
But before the games we ate Jack in the Box. We all met up at Jack in the Box and ate ultimate cheeseburgers, you know what I'm saying? But
they used to bang too, boy.
They did. DeMarcus and them went 15-0 and they won state.
We went 15-0.
Yeah.
Throw that out there.
So, but I'm just saying, yeah. Not funny. But
no, man.
But no, I'm just saying, like I was around teams, better opportunities, teams in different neighborhoods that before the game they eating, pasta, fruit, green beans. You know what I'm saying? Just they got their minds right before the game. They got their bodies right before the game. We over here eating crap, and we just going out there just out talenting people. Just beating people with talent. But just in life, period, you can change your diet and it can change you. Sloan drinking the green drinks and everything, it really helps you feel. You wake up feeling like a different person. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all chime in on that.
Man, I was when I put this on here, I was thinking about that for sure, because actually changing my diet absolutely changed my mindset 120%. And then also, I was listening to T.I.'s podcast, and he had Big Sean on there. He was talking about how here in the States, in a Western civilization, Western civilization, we like to medicate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like we always medicate, but we never really go to the minerals. You know what I'm saying? We don't go to the earth for our healing. And I think a more holistic approach to your diet, the more holistic approach to your intake of anything. If it's more natural, then more natural things will come out of you. We always aim to, create organic stuff. Like, Chris, you're an artist. Music is organic. Anything that you create in business, it should be organic. And if you don't put organic things into you, as, fairy tales it may sound to some people, you're not going to let organic things out of you. Even if you think you this amazing artist, if you put out pretty good music and you eat like trash and you don't necessarily take care of your body like you could, when you start to do that, you're going to hit another level. It's just your neurotransmitters start firing at a different level. Your body starts to have more water into it. So you start to circulate things better. Your blood flow is reaching the extremities better. I think it's so critical that in our community, for sure, we understand that, man, look, KFC every night, burgers before your games, kids, giving your family greasy food for dinner every single night is doing nothing for their success moving forward in life. You gotta understand it. Like, you can do it and you can treat yourself. I'm not against that. Because I understand, look, when I'm with my family, I'm with family time, we're going to eat what we eat. We're going to, hey, that's love right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you a cook, you getting down, we getting down. But day-to-day lifestyle, like, bro, we got to make sure we are being conscious about what's going in, like thinking about it, and I'll let y'all touch on that a little bit. I know DeMarcus eating good stuff, right? You got to.
Look, DeMarcus, talk about what you're doing right now.
What you doing right now? Like, what you got going, man?
Well,
This dude. Hey, does that mean love and happiness on your arms? Is that what those Chinese symbols mean?
Man, that's what it better mean. That's what I told you.
He said that's what it better mean.
I'm gonna be a little long-winded, but I'll still get along and we have fun. To go back where Jerell started and what Kerry talked about, there is a lot of ignorance and I will say the uneducated and impoverished areas, and that even goes to food. Because, we eat to feel good. We eat to feel full. Like I didn't learn, I am 35 years old. I didn't learn till a couple of years ago that full feeling is like what Kerry said, is a neurotransmitter telling you to stop. Stop eating. You got too much. Stop. We don't need nothing else. And that was just the ignorance and how I was brought up. Like you eat till you full, you feel good, unbutton your pants, lay down, watch TV, and hey, that was a good day.
Right.
But and being educated about health and how a lot of us have heard, if you haven't heard, health is wealth, because you will not live or you won't live an enjoyable life if you don't have health. So I have learned from my current girlfriend, like we're doing a 10-day detox. And I said I was gonna support her. Hey, I love her, support her. I thought detoxes last for 2 or 3 days. I have learned so much about myself in this, I think we're on day 7, day 8. I have learned so much about myself. Like he said, you put natural stuff into you, you'll find out your better self, your brain flows better. I have more energy. I can wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and not feel groggy. It is an education about your intake and your output. So, and I have also learned that a lot of, it's a saying that we hear a lot, and it's so true. You just eating to be eating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about that.
Hey, man.
Just
Hey,
eating
man.
to be eating. You're not, I have done a detox. I've ate some fruit. I probably ate less than a pound of food today. And I am not hungry right now. Like, just eating to be eating.
That's the advertisement too, though. The advertisement plays on our emotions, you know what I'm saying? Gets us to go out and go buy that crazy food and eat tremendous amounts of it. And we living to eat versus eating to live. Like we not thinking about what this is doing for our bodies. Our bodies are vehicles, they're vehicles to drive our goals. Like, why would you put this trash into your vehicle if you say you want to make this amount of money? Like, bro, you on some, you're not really on what you say you want, bro. Like you,
Right.
like you said, Chris, you're not really about that.
All right.
If you eating like trash, you're not really about that. You're not really trying to be successful, because to be honest, once you eat all that food, you're going to sleep, bro.
Right.
Like,
For real.
You're not gonna want to do no
100.
ideas. You're not gonna want to nothing.
You ain't
wanna
got no
right.
ideas going to your head. All you think is,
And the
Look,
idea, and the
watching the
ideas
game,
you do
watching
have
the
going
game
through your head. Yeah, look, right. The ideas you do have going through your head, you can't process them and focus on them because you
ready to go to bed. You ready to lay down, relax. You out of there. You ready to just chill. That's why I never understood at work how people could eat at the lunch break like so heavy. Heavy, bro. Like they get Wingstop. Man, boy, I talking. They got 25 wings in front with the fries in the back. I be like, bro, nah. They like, you want some? Nah, I'm straight. I'm good. Cause I know what's gonna happen. I'm a teacher. So once I get done eating that, these kids ain't getting
nap time,
bro. Nap time. Like, hey, y'all go to
time.
page 15, do the assignment.
You out.
I ain't trying to.
You out.
I ain't trying to mess with that. So
You out.
that's how I feel about that. But
I think it has a lot to do with discipline too.
100.
Discipline is very underrated when it comes to even your diet and like just simple ways of life. Because the more discipline you have, more discipline you. Because I think discipline can be learned. You can learn discipline.
Absolutely.
Because you may not have it from jump. You may not know, just like the market said, it may just be that you are just ignorant to the fact that you don't know to do or not do certain things, or not eat certain things, or to eat certain things. And I called Rel, what was that, yesterday or the day before? And I was like, I said, protein shakes, like, what do you do? Because I'm in the store and I don't know. It goes back to what we were talking about before. I don't know. But I know somebody that knows. So instead of just going out on the limb and trying to, guess or figure it out on my own, or not do it at all, but just because I say, that's fine. Just because just because I say I don't know, that doesn't mean you can't you can't go and find the answer. Mm-hmm. Just like Kerry said, like it's so many ways to find out stuff. Internet, Google, all that. There's no way that you can possibly use that as an excuse now. So, like I said, I think discipline has a lot to do with it too, because if you have discipline, if you have self-control, if you are, self-control, controlling yourself, like the Marcus just said, you just eating to be eaten. But if you can control that urge to say, well, I'm not hungry, but that looks good, so I'm gonna eat it. Just because that's the case, that don't mean that you just ate a